Now, the next part we want to do is to get all the alphabets out. So we'll come back to shape generator right here, and we go to design starters and see letters and numbers right here. Select that, and we start getting each and every one of them. You can go ahead if you want to just save them. So I can have one. So you might want to count 2, 3, 4, 5, and you just want to get all the alphabets out. Okay, and then you can just drag each of them out. Okay. Okay. So we have all 26 alphabets out. Now that we have pulled out all the alphabets, we might just want to highlight all of them and just change them to one color just for easy identification. Okay. Because the gear is red. Now, recall the height of the gear is 5 millimeters, correct? So we want to, and let's take a look at the alphabet. The alphabet, each one is 4 millimeters. So maybe we just want like 2 millimeters sticking up on top. Okay. So that means 2 millimeters. And um, let's just go ahead and do this. So we can go ahead and highlight them all. And first thing is just change the height to to 3 millimeters. Okay. Now, um, next thing we want to use this black triangle right here. Can you see it? This one right here. This, if you hold it down, it will raise everything up. So it's raising by 2 millimeters. So you see, it is off the air. Okay. So I just want to raise up 1 more millimeter. Okay. Now, this is done. So it's 3 millimeters being raised up. Okay. So what I want to do is start putting each one of them. You see, or I can just go ahead and zoom in from here, this button. Oop. Let me click on the A. Now you can see it is just a little, yep. Can you see it? It is part of the A is inside the gear. Okay. So there's a little bit sticking out. Now we want to make sure we start shrinking it down. That will fit and start moving it to where we want it. Okay. You see right here, when I click on the alphabet and it has this curved arrow, that is telling me the degrees. I can move it. You see how I can move it? I press the left mouse button and I can just move it around. And you can just start placing it in. Okay. Now make sure you don't have any of the edges coming out. Okay. Recall in the Google slide on page 7 of the Google Slides, it tells you um, which gear is the direction of the alphabet. Okay, so gear 1 will be A, B, C in a clockwise motion. Whereas if you're gear 2, you have to do it counterclockwise. So it's A, B, C. Whereas if you're doing gear 3, you skip one. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you with B. I'm going to do gear 3. Okay. Now come back, click on this, and just mm, make it a little bit smaller. Okay. Now we want to turn it, and each you just turn it until you think it's about right. And what I mean earlier is you don't want it to be sticking out. Okay. You see, you don't want it to be like that, because what happens is once it's printed out, you have another gear and it's going to get jammed. Okay. So you want to make sure it's inside. All right. So that's A, B. And this can be tedious, but it has to be done. Oop. You see, I accidentally touched the gear and the gear moved. See? So I can just go back button. It'll come back. And make sure that it is okay. All right. So A, B, C, D, E. All right. So we just got go all the way around.